Hey guys, welcome back to RLDesign.Innovations. Today we're going to do a couple of things. One, we're going to go through the maintenance on the Xtool S1, what I do from cleaning to lubricating, cleaning the rails, cleaning the lens protector, cleaning the fans, all the fun stuff associated with maintaining your machine. I believe strongly in maintenance. I always believe if you take care of something, a machine will take care of you because you're maintaining it. So show some love to that. The other thing we're going to do today is I received several emails asking if I'm doing a batch job using LightBurn and I have a list of names. How do I have it automatically get fed into LightBurn so that I can produce an engraved object that's customized, such as a name tag, such as an ornament, Christmas ornament per se, or even little IDs for where you're sitting at a say a wedding, a guest list. So we're going to go through that. I'll show you that. It's very easy to get done. Let's get started. We're going to do the LightBurn exercise, and from there we'll roll into the maintenance. Okay, so we're in Excel right now, and again in LightBurn, A column, B column, C column. In LightBurn, that is represented as this is a 0 column. B is 1 column, Z is 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. It doesn't use letters, it labels these as numerics. Again, your first column starting with 0, which in our case in Excel represents the A column. So what I've done is I put in here 4 names. I just type my name, then Tom, Mary, Joe. But what's most important is that we save this file as a comma delimited CSV file. Why is that important? Is because most applications can read generic file types, and what those file types are either straight text or ASCII, whichever. Excel, the normal Excel file, is proprietary to Excel, and you need a little software to be able to convert it in order to read it. Let's keep it simple. We're saving this file as a CSV file that has commas between each name, so that other applications can read it very easily, that you don't need an interpreter or anything like that to take it from one file format to another. This is a basic format. So again, I'm going to call it names, save it. Yes, I'm overwriting. We're going to LightBurn. Now, the first thing we want to do is create something that we want names to go on. So I'm going to create something real quick, nothing fancy, just a box. And we'll create an oval on top. Let's see. How about something like this? Now let's merge the two of these. Remember I said percent represents a field name in LightBurn. So %0, since we only have 1 column, so I'm going to put a %0 right there. Now, it's highlighted right there. I'm going to move it in the center. You can change whatever the font, the height, all that stuff. We're just going to keep it normal. Now, here's what's most important. To tell LightBurn that this is going to be a field where it's pulling the data in, I have it highlighted. Then I'm going to go up here where we usually can pick normal or whichever. We're going to say merge CSV. Okay, very important. And the reason being, you want to do that before you make duplicates of this image, so you don't have to keep going through and then selecting that. Now I have 4 names in there. I'm going to say maybe I did 2 blanks I'm putting in for engraving. So the first thing I want to do is highlight that, and then I'm going to go to the array tool. I'm just going to do 2, and I'm going to assume at this point I put 2. Now we have that selected, but one more step. We have to tell LightBurn where to get the file from. So we hit browse. I have it pointing already because I opened it up before. I'm going to my drive and I'm selecting that file. I go right there. That is it. So now if I do Alt P, it's going to show you, boom, Brian, Tom. The other thing you can do is test Brian, Tom. Now say we want to assume here we did 1 burn. You're saying, hey, there were 4 in there. How do we get the other 2? Okay, now automatically the way LightBurn works is, say I engraved, I ran the laser, I hit run, and it did the job. I changed the blanks and I hit it run again, it'll automatically increment to the next set of data. At 2, and we hit test, there they are, Mary, Joe. But again, LightBurn, if you would keep this back to 0, which that's how you start as, so it starts at column 0, when you click run and then you execute, you burn the job. Then if you do it again, it'll automatically increase because it knows you only did 2 here. So it'll go to the next set. and then the next set. So say you had 10 of these on here, but you had 30 names. So you run the job 3 times, automatically it increases. And again, to test this is a neat feature right here. You just make sure you say, I want to start at, 3 or 2, whichever, then you hit test. There's Brian Tom. Then I go back down. We're going to go back to 2 again. Test again, Mary Jo. So that gives you a little ways of thinking out of the box when you're doing a batch run in here. You want to be able to make them customized for names. And here's an example of what I've done. I took a job, like a little ornament for a tree, put someone's name on it, okay? And then I did 20 of these, different names I read from the file. But then I wanted to do the back. So after each job, after I ran it, I could either continue on where it automatically increment the numbers to get to the next set of data as I demonstrated before, or I reset it and then I did the back. Put it back in there, and using the camera, I made sure everything was lined up, which was very easy since when I burned all of these out, they came out of this. It looks like a jig, but it isn't. Obviously, I burnt them out of this. So all I did was flip this over to the blank side, put it back, made sure it was lined up on the screen over here, in the corner by the camera. So you would have that. Obviously, I have nothing on there right now, but I made sure it was lined up, and then I did my engraving for the backside. So that's an easy way to do batch job that's customized by any names. Now we're done with this. Let's get moving on to how the heck are we going to clean all this mess out of it? I'm speeding up the video just because there's a lot to do with cleaning, and I know no one's going to sit there and watch me do it for 45 minutes. So the one thing I wanted to bring your attention to, if you look at the front of the laser, when I first show it, there's a black strip going across between the riser and the top of the Xtool S1. What I've noticed that even though they give you a piece of gasket to put between there, light radiation comes through, the blue light, and that can cause serious damage, especially if you have a young child staring at. So I found these strips. They come in a roll. They're a dry erase magnetic strip. It's black. It works perfectly. You can take it on and off because it's magnetic. So that's for the front. On the side of the unit, I use black masking tape, like a black painter's tape per se, and that way it cuts any light pollution or seepage, I just say, on both sides of the unit. Now the rest of the video is really cleaning, and then I have a summary at the end of the video. But you will notice when I'm cleaning it first, I do take everything apart. I take the laser module off, I clean everything with paper towel, I vacuum in there. I also, if you notice, take out the honeycomb, and underneath the honeycomb, you see I have sheet metal. This way I don't destroy the pan. I put that in there. It's real dirty. But what I do is I use an oven cleaner, spray it on, let it sit. I usually let it sit an hour. Today I only let it sit about 15 minutes, and then I hose it off and let it dry, and you'll see at the end of this how clean it comes out. So enjoy the rest of the video until you get to the summarization at the end, and I'll have some music. Thank you. using data from an Excel file, which was saved as a CSV file that's comma delimited. You can do a lot of different things with that type of technology. Say you're creating coasters for an event, and each coaster you want to be different, unique to that person's name, maybe a member ID, maybe their birthday, whatever. You can have multiple columns in the spreadsheet, set up your template, %0, %1, %2, whichever, set it as a merge field, and then you have your materials in there. You run the batch job how many times you need to, and if you're doing 20 at a time, you have 20 names, you'll do them, or if you're doing multiple jobs. We also cleaned the unit today using some oven cleaner. We greased it. Remember, in the future, if you're hearing grinding sounds or anything like that, doesn't sound smooth, clean and lubricate your rails. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, and if you have ideas for future videos, just like other folks are doing, email those ideas to me and I will do them. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Appreciate it.